Hey guys, just Jani. I was working on some spoon rings and I thought this might help with your sizing. I know I've done a video on it before, but there's a reason you can't just follow a size chart and get the same size. So for example, I cut this at 2 inches and the purple is the length I have cut these. So just because I cut a piece at 2 inches does not mean that all of the rings are going to be the same size. And a lot of that has to do with the thickness. These are all thinner because I already know that if it's too thick, it's not going to work. So I have some of my much wider ones. I will make a bigger size. So if they're much thicker, I try to use those for the bigger sizes, and the smaller the number, meaning the smaller I cut it, the thinner, because the fat ones are just difficult. For example, this one, it's a little thick, so it will probably make a smaller size than a couple of the others. So anyway, I'm going to bend these all up, and then I'm going to go through them and write down what sizes I get, and hopefully that will help you out. Okay, I have bent all of my pieces into rings, so what I'm going to do is just go down and measure them and show you what sizes I get. So I'm going to start with the 2-inch lengths. That one's maybe a 1. Probably a 1. That one is a 2.5. Okay, from my 2 1/4, it's a 5. That's a terrible 5. That's even worse. There's a 3. And that one's a 4. Let me fix this one. Okay, from my 2.5-inch lengths, I'm going to call that a 6. It's also a 6. That is just barely a 6. Okay, I guess that Sharpie's dying. Let me go with this one here. And here we go. See if this one will write. Okay. And that's an 8. So my 2 3/4 lengths, that's not quite an 8, but it's closer to an 8 than it is a 7.5. Oops. 8. I'll call that an 8.5. And an 8. Now my 3-inch lengths, that's a 10. Oops. An 8. a 9. That's almost a 10. These two are the same pattern. And I cut them the same length, so this one seems like maybe it's got a bit of a twist in it. Yeah, I think it has a little bit of a twist. So that one is, hang on a second. It's almost a 10 depending on where it goes. Here it's a 9. I think I'm going to leave that as a 9. This one is a 10. I'd call that a 10 and a half. Okay, the last row, 3 1/4 inch lengths. That's a 12. Twelve. 12. 12. That's an 11. Pretty sure that's a 10. And that looks like an 11 and a half. So what I'm hoping this will help you with is, just because you cut them all 2 inches does not mean you're going to get all size 1, and so on. You can see they're fairly consistent. I got mostly 6s out of this row. These are all 8s. That was a little bit bigger. But this is why no one can say, cut this size or cut this length of spoon handle to get this size of a ring. Because it's going to depend on how thick it is. Like this is a very thick one. And, you know, it's going to be a smaller size than this thin one. Even though I cut them all the same length, their thicknesses are changing the finished size. So hopefully this helps you. And you can see that maybe you want something in between sizes. Maybe you need some size 7s. And you can see these are 6s and 8s. So you'd pick the middle size, or halfway between 2 1/2 and 2 3/4 would be 2 5/8. So try cutting that length and you can get some 7s. So I hope that helps. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe.